Here is my 1986 Hoover High Power Junior Dirtsearcher. Now this style of Junior is an 80s styled one because it has the redesigned hood and the rectangular handle over the rounded handle. This was the final variant of the classic Hoover Junior. Now these particular Juniors were called High Power Juniors, these 80s styled ones, because they were 300 watts, and the 70 style ones, which were before it, which are these ones, they were 250 watts. So I'm guessing to call it a high power Junior was more of a marketing thing, but they were actually more powerful. Whether they perform better is up to opinion. I personally don't think they do. These Juniors are nowhere near as good as these 70s ones, but anyway, there you go. So, as you can see, this is exclusive by Hoover. This particular model was exclusive to the Co-op, which is a, well, was, did I say was or is? Regardless, is a small-ish retail store in the UK. And this particular model was exclusive to that store, so that's quite nice. Bit of a rarity. It's also a Dirtsearcher. As you can see, it has the headlight. It's a 12 watt bulb. The 70s type of Dirtsearcher had a 25 watt bulb. But anyway, it's not as bright, but there you go. So it has a nice bumper. It runs all the way around in a lovely brown colour. The headlight cap doesn't come off like it did on the earlier versions, as you can see. But it does, but you have to unscrew it there, because the tools don't actually plug into the front. They have a pan converter that goes underneath, and I do have the tools, as you can see. I'll demonstrate those in a little bit. So anyway, to this side you've got the height adjustment. So it's got 4 settings. I believe Hoover called this the height right control. You've got setting 1, setting 2, setting 3 and setting 4. And really there's only a difference between the second to highest and the highest setting. The other ones don't really seem to make a difference, but there you go. That's Juniors for you. Round to the back, you've got this combined handle release and on-off switch. So you were supposed to press it down and it released the handle and turned it on. You could do it, if you pressed it lightly, you could recline the handle first and then press it again to turn it on. Whichever way you wanted to do it, didn't really matter. But that's that sort of a ingenious little design there. The cord does come out from the bottom like it does on all Juniors, and is carried up the handle there at the back, held at in the centre. Has a quick release cord hook, which was a sort of feature on a Junior. A lot of them just had fixed cord hooks. It's a 6-metre cord, and it has one of those MK plugs, which were quite a good plug at the time. Whether that plug's original I don't know, but that's what came with it. On the top of the handle it says this one's made in Britain, and it certainly is. Nice Hoover logo there as well. Of course, famous British bulldog. Handle is actually quite comfortable to hold. It's got a little part there you can put your finger. Nice and comfortable. This one has suffered the same fate as the other 80s Junior that I used to have. The sort of beige and orangey type one. Forgot the model number of that, but anyway, when I washed the bag on that one, the Hoover logo came off, and this one did as well, so I was a bit annoyed about that. But it still looks nice all the same. Now what I can do about that now. Never mind. The bag does come off, as you can see. This hooks back on there. Like that. Unzips from the bottom, or up to the top, and it uses a H1 bag. which is the bottom fill design, but they made the fill tube longer so it comes over like that, and you can use the same bottom fill bags in this way so they become top fill, which was a little bit of a silly idea if you ask me, but there you are, it still works. Bag's nice and clean, of course it's been washed. Nice clean bellows at the bottom there. Bag just fits back in like so. Has got some dirt in it because it has been used. Got to love a soft bag, haven't you? But if the bellows or the fill tube or something got blocked, on the 80s juniors they made it very easy to release. There's just a little metal catch there that you can pull up like that and it pops off. Very easy and simple. You could unclog it from there, or if it got clogged up there, could unclog it easily, and that clicks back on like that, as you can hear. On the 70s juniors you had to undo a screw. I'll show you on this one. Screw there, you had to undo that screw and then pull the bellows off. But anyway, that's that. I'll just quickly show you the underneath. So there's the rating sticker. Hoover model U1206, serial number U1206 607000022. Now after the model number, the 607 means that it was made in July 1986. Made in UK by Hoover Place, and 300 watts, 240 volts, 50 hertz. Now this is a later, of course, mid-80s version of the 80s high power junior. So of course the turbo power was on sale at this time. So of course it followed the trend, the juniors, and they used an activator in their mid to late 80s Hoover high power juniors. So it has the stiff spiral constant contact brushes and the beater pads to help beat out embedded grit, as you can see there. And these 80s juniors used a flat belt as well. This one has a plastic base plate. I know my other 80s junior that I used to have certainly had a metal base plate, but that one was from, I believe that was 1981, the one I had before this. And that also had the metal brush roll with the one beater bar, one brush strip on each side of the brush roll, which works better in a junior, to be honest. But I mean, Hoover tried to keep their machines up to date as best they could without fully redesigning it. Anyway, there's the height adjustment wheels there, you can see, and the small wheels at the back. The motor's all housed inside the case in there. So there we have it. I'll just quickly show you how the tools attach before I show it in action. So if you were to use the tools on this, you had to lean it backwards, like so, and hopefully it would stay like that, because the juniors have a tendency of falling over to one side. I'll just use my leg, excuse my legs. So anyway, the pan converter sits on at the bottom there. It is broken at one side, mine, as you can see. It should look like that, and that's what it looks like, but it still works and the suction doesn't leak, so that's good. Anyway, those two little pips there, or lugs, sit on the base plate at the bottom. You push it up, and those two metal catches catch in those grooves. It clicks on like that. And then you stand it up, and then you have suction through the hose, which isn't the greatest, to be honest. But, you know, it was fine for dusting and light upholstery work. I don't think you'd get dog hairs and things up with the suction from this, but anyway, you do get a multi-purpose tool, the dusting / upholstery tool, an extension wand and a crevice tool. By the mid-80s, as this is, oops, the Hoover tools were, for the juniors anyway, were this cream colour. They used to be white on the 70s versions. And then they changed to black in the late 80s and the 90s, so... Anyway, I'll plug this in here, and I'll show you in action. Just unplug my phone now. So, I am losing light pretty quickly. As you can see, it's starting to go dark now. But that should help to show up the headlights a bit better. So, without further ado, here we go. So there you go, and it's brought the pile up pretty well. I'll just attach the hose and show you the hose suction on this. I'll attempt to, at least. So off we go, and you had to hold the, when you're using the tools, just before you turn it on, you had to keep your body behind the handle so it wouldn't fly back, because of course it'd release the handle as well. Anyway, I'll show you the hose here. So there you go. Not the greatest suction, as you can see, well, hopefully you could see, but in the 80s the juniors were pretty low end. The suction would have been better on the hose if the hose went straight into the fan like it does on the 70s ones. But there you go, and it does have a plastic fan on the 80s juniors, and not a metal one like the 70s juniors do. But it's a very nice machine, and it does hold its place well in my junior collection. So that is currently all of my juniors that I have. And these are the only ones that I have out on show. These are like my favourites. Of course, my other favourite being this Elite 2, but that's stored away for now. But anyway, there it is, my high power junior Dirtsearcher from 1986, model U1206. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.